Tommy, this is Donald Love. Donald, this here is Tommy Versetti, the latest gunslinger to come to these parts. Now, Donald, you just shut up and listen, and you might learn something. Now, nothing brings down real estate prices quicker than a good old-fashioned gang war. Except maybe a disaster like a biblical plague or something, but that may be going too far in this case. You getting this down, you four-eyed prick? Now, recently a Haitian gang lord died. Apparently the Cubans did it. Nobody's certain, but let's make them certain. You disguise yourself as a Cuban hombre and head on down and crash that funeral. Mix it up, and then hightail it. You getting this down, Donald? Well, that ought to put the coyote in the chicken coop, huh? And then we'll just sit back and watch the prices tumble.
So quite the interesting cutscene there as Avery speaks for its duration while Donald and Tommy sat in silence, although Donald did try to say something at some point, but he got shut down immediately, and I think that kind of fits in with Avery's character, because Avery's a bit of a hard-ass, if you couldn't tell, which is part of the reason as to why he's so successful in the real estate business, and he seems like someone who, when he speaks, wants to get his message across as quickly and efficiently as possible. So that little minor inconvenience of Donald apparently wanting to introduce himself to Tommy in a bit more of a personal way kind of got Avery's panties into a bunch, so he resorted to name-calling towards Donald from that point moving on forward, which is fine and dandy, you know, and it all kind of works, but I think Avery speaking throughout that entire cutscene goes a bit beyond the whole characteristics of Avery, and more so has to do with Burt Reynolds, the voice actor of Avery Carrington, not exactly seeing eye to eye in how the business was being conducted for recording his lines with Rockstar, and I suppose more specifically Dan Houser and the other voice acting directors at the time of recording these bits of dialogue for this game. And there's a lot of different sources out there, and you can look them up yourself using Ask Jeeves or Bing or whatever search engine kids are using these days, but there's a lot of different sources that pretty much say that Burt Reynolds was kind of expecting to be treated a bit differently than how he was. His expectations of how to be treated didn't exactly match how Rockstar was treating him, so there was a bit of an off type of relationship going on where they really didn't see eye to eye, and it didn't really help that from the get-go Burt Reynolds didn't exactly think highly of the video game industry, so it wasn't exactly the best situation in the world, and because of all of these different I guess problems that Burt Reynolds and Rockstar had with each other, Avery Carrington kind of got the short end of the stick, and his character kind of got a bit more cut out of the game than I'm sure Rockstar would have liked, because we're still pretty early in this game. There's a lot to do until we complete the final mission of this game, and this is the last time, or second to last time I should say, that we're going to see Avery Carrington in the flesh. He only has one more appearance, and he isn't even the boss of that mission that we're going to see him in a bit later on. And he only has about 2 more phone calls, if I'm not mistaken. So really, we won't see much more of Avery Carrington, and he really does seem like a character who was meant to be very important in this game, because he's one of our closer allies, especially here early on in this game. So, I don't know, it's a bit of a shame in that regard, but I suppose something positive to take from this whole thing is that quote that Avery says in that cutscene where he says, well, nothing drives down real estate prices like a good old-fashioned gang war, and he continues with a bit more. And Donald Love says that quote in Grand Theft Auto 3, and that is just so awesome. I got a hard-on for references and callbacks and things like that. So to see that Donald Love was really learning something from his mentor Avery in Vice City, and he used this knowledge in Liberty City Stories and in Grand Theft Auto 3. I mean, that's just some superb stuff right there. I love that type of stuff. Anyways, the way in which we've completed this mission was by using the M60 as a bit of a sniper rifle in a way in this situation, by shooting the Haitian gang lord from long range, and man, it just really makes this mission a lot easier than attacking the Haitians head-on with a full head of steam and all that.
Hey, Leo, I got some work for you.
This ain't Leo.
Hey, if Leo knows you got his phone, he's gonna kill you.
Maybe Leo's already dead. Maybe I killed Leo and took his phone. Did you ever think of that, prick?
You kill Leo? You must have big cojones. Wanna work for me? Drop by my father's cafe in Little Havana, and we'll talk mano a mano.
Yeah, whatever you say, Danny Trejo. Well, we'll be handling that business a bit later on, but for now, in the next part, we'll be doing the mission Sir, Yes Sir, from Juan Cortez. So until then, I'll see you next time.